Hi, my smoked friends. I hope everyone's doing wonderful out there. Staying warm and staying safe. If you have snow in your area, especially, we do have, I would say, some remnants, but we have quite a bit of snow left over from a storm that we had at the beginning of this week. And I'm just so over it. I'm just not a huge fan of snow. I'm fine with it as long as I only have to look at it from the window. It doesn't cause power outages. It doesn't cause frozen pipes. It doesn't cause me to have to go out in it. Then snow is fine. Damage to the house, what have you. Snow can cause so many issues. But otherwise, I just don't like it. But if you have it where you are, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying warm. I hope your power is on. I hope all good things and that you're enjoying the snow, that you are a lover of snow. Anyway, what I've got going on here, got Jersey next to me. You getting up here? Come on. I got it ready for you. Hey. Nope, she wants to stay down. What I have going on here for you folks today is my weekly empties. I actually think this is probably about 10 days, give or take, maybe a little less. Trying to keep my empties around a week. I did film my candle footage earlier and we'll insert that in this video. I filmed that a couple of days ago. So yeah, it's been about 10 days. So if you're interested in seeing what I've been getting into as far as warming and burning when it comes to wax, stay tuned. Okay guys, as you can see, that took a split second to change her mind. She just has to have the last word. Anyway, she's too cute. She recently, a couple weeks ago, jumped up on my bed, and I think she pulled something. My bed's a little high for as small as a dog she is. So I purchased her some doggy stairs, and she's getting used to them, and she's doing well. So, yeah, she doesn't have to jump so high anymore. She doesn't have to jump down so low anymore, and yeah, good old Amazon. So we'll start with the miscellaneous items. I only have a couple things here. My usual that you'll often see in my videos. I got through a bag of jumbo cotton balls from Target. This is the Up and Up brand. 140 count to this bag. Love these super jumbo cotton balls. And I also got through, these are also from Target, from Dealworthy, 200 count jumbo cotton balls. They're not jumbo. I mean, these super jumbo, they're more like jumbo. And then jumbo is more like regular. I don't know what regular looks like, but it can't be very big. But I like to pick these up too because you get more of them. So while they're smaller, I like to use these when I have situations where I may have 2 cubes of wax in a warmer. If I have 2 cubes, this one does great for that 1 cube. But if I have 2, it does just fine if I use 1 small one, 1 large. So that just makes sense to me as to economically. So I do tend to buy the smaller ones too. I just buy a lot more of the bigger ones. And then one last miscellaneous item. I finished up a body cream from Bath & Body Works in the scent Vanilla Bean Noel. Pretty packaging. This is from this year. So the scent notes on Vanilla Bean Noel are fresh vanilla bean, warm caramel, sugar cookies, whipped cream, and snow-kissed musk. That's exactly what this is. It's a very warm, sweet vanilla. It definitely has that body care tone, which is where that musk is coming in. Very sweet, very delicious coming from that cookie, but also like a sweet vanilla body care element. And I like it. Not the greatest performer when it comes to the candle, but I do enjoy the body care. So I try to pick up one every now and then. So that's Vanilla Bean Noel. It's just a great, pretty vanilla body care. Most people know what it smells like. Alright guys, so now that we finished up those couple of miscellaneous items, I'm going to insert the candle footage that I filmed earlier this week, and I'll be back. Okay guys, let's talk about some candles. So I don't have a ton here. I actually filmed this within a week of my last empties video that I filmed. Hasn't gone up yet, but this has only been a week, which is really what I aim for because I feel like scents are so much fresher in my mind. Now, granted, I haven't done my wax empties yet. I usually film that after my candle empties because I like to get my candle empties. I've mentioned this a million times, so I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but I like to get them out on my trash night, and my trash night is coming up tomorrow. So I'm actually ahead of the game. I know that never happens. But yeah, Wax Empties will probably be filmed tomorrow because it's already going on 7 o'clock tonight. And yeah, it's a work night, so I don't stay up very late. I used to stay up pretty late on work nights, but yeah, I'm getting old, and yeah, I don't do very well when I don't have much sleep, which honestly, I don't really get much sleep anyway. I'm not the greatest sleeper these days, which is crazy to me because once upon a time, I slept like there was no tomorrow. Like I could sleep. I was a heavy sleeper. I would fall asleep right away. Yeah, I never had any problems. But now that I'm aging and I'm middle-aged, I'm getting up there, I find that I tend to wake up in the middle of the night, and it's very hard to fall back asleep when that happens. So I very rarely actually get a good night's sleep. I very rarely get 8 hours, that's for sure. I'm lucky if I get 7. I'm pretty happy with 7. I feel like that's a good night's sleep, but I very rarely get that either. It's usually somewhere between 5 and 6. And I know there are people who are worse off and don't get that much. I mean, I know my boss has talked about only getting 3 hours a night. So I know that I guess I'm lucky compared to some. But yeah, it's all kind of, it's not new to me because it's been going on for the last couple of years, but it's kind of new to me, if you know what I mean. But anyway, let's talk candles. So I will let's start with Goose Creek. So the first Goose Creek candle I finished up, and I actually had this going. Yeah, I was warming this off and on for a long time. I actually started this over the summer, so, and you'll understand when you see what the scent is. I don't know why it took me so long to get through it, but I finally finished it up in my candle crock, and it lasted in my candle crock for a good long time as well. So that led to this candle lasting even longer. But this is, and it's a pretty popular scent from Goose Creek. This is Warm and Welcome. And that label, this label was designed by Kent from the Candle Channel. It is beautiful. I absolutely love this label, especially compared to the original label, which had like a black cat on it. No problem with the black cat. I just don't personally have a black cat. So I'm kind of happy that it has a new label. And I think, yeah, I believe this past fall, I saw another new label. So it's kind of nice to see the change up. I'd like them to keep the black cat label for those who want to buy the black cat label. But it's kind of nice to get a different label too. And this one, I just love. He had a whole line of these labels on. There was like a lavender vanilla, and there was like a lemon something cake. And yeah, they were really pretty. So anyway, Warm and Welcome, if you don't already know. And I don't know if the scent notes are on here. They are. Vanilla Cashmere Marshmallow. Wait a minute. Yeah, pay attention to commas, Jerry. Vanilla Cashmere, Marshmallow Cream, Vanilla Orchid, White Mocha, and Creamy Woods. Interesting because it sounds nothing like the Bath & Body Works type. But this is a dupe, guys, of Beach Nights from Bath & Body Works. It smells just like it. Now, granted, Bath & Body Works doesn't have a candle in Beach Nights. They totally should. They should bring everything Beach Nights back because I feel like it's a very popular scent, and I don't know what they're thinking, not keeping it as part of the signature line. But anyway, this is a dupe. If you love you some Beach Nights, and you can get it at Bath & Body Works, which none of us can, pick it up at Goose Creek. Warm and Welcome. So anyway, this is just a beautiful, stunningly beautiful scent. Lots of marshmallow, slight bitty saltiness, a little bit of that chocolate s'mores kind of vibe. Most of you guys know what Beach Nights smells like. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's kind of like a salty sea air with a lot of marshmallow, with a little bit of s'mores, a little bit of driftwood. It's beautiful. I love it. And this was super strong, hella strong, as Miss Kelly Mack would say. And I absolutely loved it. There's still a lot of candle left, but as you can see, the wicks have migrated because, as I said, I finished it up in my candle crock. This is a scent I will always have in my collection. I like to pick it up in wax melts. I like to pick it up in a candle. I don't know if we're still going to get wax melts from Goose Creek because the last time I checked their site, which was just like a couple days ago, there were very little wax melts on their site. So I'm kind of wondering if they're phasing them out. But no big deal. I can still buy the candle and chop it up. So, or I can just burn the candle. But yeah, I hope they bring back this label because it's so pretty. I love the little bird right there. But the little white picket fence, Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So this is a jar that I will absolutely freeze the wax and pop it out, and I will reuse this jar. Yeah, I will reuse this because sometimes I put my vendor wax in these jars and then I put them in my candle crock. And I'll save a number of my favorite jars and do that with them. And then as I start to get too many, I'll kind of toss some of them out and then, you know, save room for new ones. But this scent, nice and strong, like I mentioned earlier. But this scent, like I said, it's just beautiful. In my candle crock, like I said, it was hella strong. I would say easily an 8.5 in my bedroom. Vaulted ceilings, large bedroom. Loved. And it did great in my open space as well. So that is a repurchase over and over again. And then the second Goose Creek candle I got through, and this is also a label by Kent from the Candle Channel. This is Holiday Cider. Again, so pretty, so festive, so Christmassy. This was absolutely beautiful lit up. So Holiday Cider, and this was a new to me scent. So I don't know if it was new to Goose Creek or if it was a returning scent and I just had not picked it up before. But this is pomander, apple, cinnamon, and cider. And that's exactly what you get. It's a very nice cider scent with a lot of orange going on in there and a little bit of apple. It was beautiful. It's very much kind of a fruit punch, but more like a mulled fruit punch. I really loved it, but not super spicy. When I say mulled, I don't mean super spicy. It just has a little bit of spicy, and I think that's coming from that pomander. I really love this. This did pretty well. I posted a short of this. It burned pretty well, a little bit over halfway. And the funny thing was, I jinxed myself because as soon as I posted that short, she went dirty on me. I was so upset. So I wish I had taken a picture of it because it was really, really filthy. But I poured off the dirty wax and I finished it up under my candle lamp. So you can see the wicks are a little longer and the wax is nice and clean now because I poured off the dirty. But I love this scent. I did pick up a second in my collection, so I would have a backup for next year. But I would absolutely pick it up again, especially if it's a stunning label like this. The throw in this was about a medium. I would say easily a 7. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And like I said, the performance was pretty good all the way down, a little past halfway, and then she went dirty on me. But I can live with that. And then one last candle from Goose Creek that I finished up. We have here Peppermint Clouds. And I don't think the scent notes are on the bottom of this. They are not. And I don't offhand remember, but this is very much like a peppermint marshmallow scent from like Bath & Body Works. Not quite the same, but about as close as you can get. Yeah, most of the scent is out of this because on my last burn, this liquefied. And yeah, when that happens and you burn it a long time, most of the scent burns off. And so I pretty much can't smell this anymore. But really beautiful jar. I believe this was last year's release. This year's release has a different label. And I don't know that they released in a single wick this year, but the 3-wick definitely had a different label. The 3-wick last year matched this one. And I really enjoy this scent a lot. It is a lighter performer. And the single wicks tend to be much lighter in throw anyway. And I really don't expect more from a single wick. I usually burn 2 of them. This time I did not. I actually put this in a small hurricane. And I think that led to more of the sooting that's around the jar because of course it burned hotter. I couldn't say that I could smell it a whole lot, but if you're in the vicinity, you'll catch a whiff of a single wick here and there. They're definitely not going to scent a larger space. It's just not going to happen. I kind of use these as like background scent or to add to scent that I already have going. Or you can burn these in the bathroom, but I tend not to do that because I get a little scared about burning a candle somewhere where I'm not constantly going in and out and able to keep an eye on it. So anyway, Peppermint Clouds, like I said, is just basically like a peppermint marshmallow scent. Lighter in throw, like I mentioned. And yeah, I would get it again. I actually have some 3-wicks in my collection. So really do adore the label. And yeah, definitely repurchase. In fact, I actually picked it up again this year. So there's that. Okay, Bath & Body Works. I've got 3. We've got 2 3-wicks and 1 single wick. And I actually finished 2 of these, I think. I think I've already tossed the second one. Yeah, I think I did. So this is Peppermint Marshmallow. And I don't know if scent notes are on this. Yeah, I didn't think so because this is an older version. But this is my absolutely favorite peppermint candle from Bath & Body Works. It's such a creamy, marshmallowy peppermint. That's basically all it is. It makes that peppermint so much less harsh than, like, say, a twisted peppermint. I really love the scent. Unfortunately, Bath & Body Works has not brought it back the last couple of years. And then the year before that, when they did have it out, it was kind of hard to find. So I have a few in my collection. I don't think I have any more single wicks left. Like I said, I was burning 2, and I think they were my last 2. But I have a few 3 wicks left in my collection, and then that's it. So I really hope that they eventually bring it back so I can pick it up again. I'm actually nursing a 3 wick now, and it started to go a little bit dirty, so I have been, actually, I took it upstairs to my candle crock. I had it under my candle lamp for a few warms, and then I took it upstairs, and it's gone on my candle crock. But it's losing its scent, so I think it's coming out soon. But that is Peppermint Marshmallow, and like I said, it is my favorite peppermint candle. And I won't really go into throw on a single wick because they're kind of, you know, they're a single wick. They don't throw a lot. But I did, like I said, burn 2 of them at the same time, so that helps. And I had the 3 wick going too. So I definitely was getting my share of Peppermint Marshmallow, and I love it. I love it. Also from Bath & Body Works, and I burned through 2 of these. My other one has a little bit of wax left, so that one I'm not ready to toss yet, and I probably won't include it in my next Empties video because I will have already talked about it in this one. But it's the same label, same design. This is Christmas Cider. Super cute label. I think this was from maybe 2021. 2021. So Christmas Cider is mulled cinnamon, crushed clove, creamy nutmeg, and simmering cider. When it comes to the cider scents, I feel like that Goose Creek one won out for me. I really liked that apple and orange in there. This one was more like your spicy kind of cider. And I feel like the throw was a little better on that one, even though that was a medium. Hi, buddy. Hi. Say hello. Hello, gorgeous. Hello, gorgeous. You're so handsome. That's so handsome. You're so handsome. Tell the peoples. I don't know if they can see you because the camera's a little higher than you. But tell the peoples that there's snow in the yard. And your mama went out there and shoveled you a little area that you could use in the yard. And instead, you climb on top of the snow. And get little cold freezies on your paws. I have to keep letting them in sooner than they want to come in because they start lifting their paws up and stuff. I think I need to try some booties. I don't know if that'll work with these dogs. They may be like hell to the no, but yeah, Jersey especially, once her feet go numb out there, oh man, it's pitiful watching her. She starts pulling her paws up and you can tell she's hurting. I like run out and I go get her, and I try to keep her time limited, very limited out there so that doesn't happen. And I've gotten a little better at it, but whew, yeah. I just wish they would go to the area that I shoveled, cleared all the snow away, but no, they jump into the snow. And right now the snow is basically ice, so it's like doggies. So anyway, Christmas cider, what was I saying? Yeah, this is more like a spicy cider. It's a pretty scent. I actually did pick it up this year from Bath & Body Works. They released it for Candle Day. And I liked the label. It was kind of like a primitive label, and I liked it. So I picked it up again, but I don't have many of these in my collection. I think these may be the only 2 older ones. So the ones I picked up this year, and I can't remember if I picked 1 or 2, but that may be in my collection. So it's a scent I could give or take, but I like it. I enjoyed it. And like I said, the throw was a little lighter than that Goose Creek one. I was burning 2 of these, so that definitely helped. But on its own, I would say the throw on this was probably a 5.5. So performance wasn't too bad. It got a little murky. But yeah, not too bad. I consider that a win pretty much. The fact that I was able to burn it down that far. And I finished it off in my candle lamp because it was starting to get a little murky. So you can, I don't know if you can see the shadow, but I got about that much left. I finished off the scent under my candle lamp. And then I'll finish my second one and, you know, I'll toss that out. But really love the label. That is Christmas Cider. And when it comes to Bath & Body Works, even though Peppermint Marshmallow is one of my favorite scents, absolute favorite. So, you know, in the contender world, this is just such a winner right here. This is so good. This was released by Bath & Body Works, I believe, for the first time last year. I burned, I think, 2 of them last year. Fell in love. Stocked up. And I'm so glad I did because they didn't bring it back. I don't know sometimes what Bath & Body Works is thinking. But I get it. Just because I love something doesn't mean that the masses does. And it's probably the same thing with Beach Nights. Although I feel like, at least in the vendor wax world, Beach Nights is a pretty popular scent. So I don't know. But anyway, love, love, love this. This is Praline Delight. There's just, it's not really a wraparound. You guys know how I feel about the little on the front labels. I just feel like, you know, and I know Bath & Body Works makes these candles a little cheaper. So I guess that helps. So Praline Delight is roasted pecans, brown sugar, and creamy caramel. This is the most decadent. Oh my gosh. It smells like the most decadent, nutty, caramelized, buttery, almost in the realm of like a pecan, I won't say cake, but like a pecan roll maybe, but not quite as doughy as a roll would be. It almost smells kind of like a caramelized, nutty, buttery topping. But yet it does have a bit of a gourmand note to it, but it's not really a cake note. It's not really a full-on cinnamon roll note. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's so good. Very delectable. Super strong. The throw on this, guys, I would say 8.5. I burned this in my kitchen. It wasn't in a hurricane or anything like that. It held its own. Every one that I have burned so far has been fantastic. Really wish Bath & Body Works would bring this back. It's just absolutely delicious. I absolutely love it. And even though I stocked up, I don't think I picked up enough. And I guess it really wasn't popular because I do remember, I think during SAS or whenever, it was some kind of sale. And I believe it was SAS. I feel like there was a bunch of them sitting on the table. And then I picked up a couple more and then they were gone. But yeah, I really wish they would bring it back. And I do like the label. It's pretty cute. I think they released this for fall. So it's very fallish. And it's very fallish kind of scent. But I had no problem doing it right now. Because this is delicious, delicious praline dessert scent. So that's Praline Delight. If you ever have your chance to get your hands on this, I highly recommend it. If you are a gourmand lover. And even if you don't like brown sugar, caramel, nuts in your wax, I don't either, and I love that. Okay, let's move on to HomeWorx. So I paired with that Praline Delight candle, Praline Pecan from HomeWorx. And this label is a full wraparound, just full of beautiful caramelized pecans. So this is pecan, creamy toffee with vanilla and almond butter. And I forgot to mention the performance on this, but this burned down fantastic, guys. It burned fantastic. It didn't go grody on me. I didn't have puny wicks. Its performance was great. I cannot complain. So back to the HomeWorx Praline Pecan. This is also a very delicious praline pecan scent. But this one is different than that one. This one is a little bit more savory, but not full-on savory. So don't let that scare you because I'm not a big savory fan myself when it comes to wax. But I definitely get more of that almond butter in this, and I get more of that pecan note, and a little less of the other scent notes that are in here. Yeah, I definitely get that pecan and almond butter the strongest. But this is really lovely. It was not a huge thrower. It definitely could not compete with Praline Delight because that was doing its thing. But if I burned this by itself, which I do that so I can get a good handle on what I think of these candles. When I burned it by itself, I could definitely smell it. I did have it in a hurricane. I burned it in my kitchen most often, sometimes on my bar counter. But I did do it in a hurricane. I think every single time I burned it was in a hurricane. I would say the throw on this was about a 6.5. So Praline Delight from Bath & Body Works definitely won the Praline War. But this was delicious. I would definitely get it again. I do have one more in my collection, and I look forward to enjoying it again, probably next fall. But yeah, I would recommend it. I found mine in the wild. I think it was HomeGoods that I found it at. So yeah, if you do find it, I highly recommend. So that is Praline Pecan. This is iced sugar cookie. Again, look at that label. You know, I love my HomeWorx labels. You guys know how I feel about them. Not always happy with performance these days, but I do love how pretty they are. So iced sugar cookie is sugar cookie, buttercream icing, sweet vanilla, and brown sugar. This is a heavy vanilla buttercream scent, cookie scent through and through. It's absolutely delicious. I love a heavy buttercream cookie scent. Oh yeah, it's so good. I really like this one. That's basically what it is. There's nothing fancy to it. It's just a sweet, yummy vanilla cookie, lots of buttercream frosting. Absolutely delicious. It's a vanilla scent, so was it strong? No. Could I smell it? Yes. I will say, and I don't know why I can't do my candles right today, but the Praline Pecan burned fine. As you can see, burned pretty clean. I really had no problems with it, so I can't complain about the performance. Back to iced, what was it called? Back to iced sugar cookie. Again, I apologize, guys. This one burned very clean, no sooting, no problems. I can't say I had no problems pulling out because I did have some problems. There is a little bit of residue on the side here. I don't know if that's picking that up, but I had a lot of problems with puny wicks with this. Now, they didn't go out. I had no problems with them going out, but they stayed puny. And I did remove a little bit of wax a few times, so I cotton balled them. And they really never corrected themselves. So I won't complain too much because it still burned down. And they didn't go out, but they were really low wicks. And that probably affected the throw on this, even though it's a vanilla candle. And I can't totally expect it to be super strong as a vanilla candle. Not that one can't exist, because it can. But I actually was pretty pleased with the throw on it compared to years past when I've burned this before, and I thought it was even lighter. So this one was poured fall of 2022. So yeah, this isn't this year's pour. I know that the Slacken site offered this year. I don't think I picked it up this year, but this one obviously has been sitting in my collection for a couple years, and I think that absolutely contributed to the fact that it was a little stronger. I did do it in a hurricane. I would say the throw was about a 6.5. So I was okay with that for a vanilla cookie scent, vanilla buttercream scent, but I would pick it up again because I really love the scent. So it's iced sugar cookie. And I do think that Harry offers this in like his Big Kahuna, the 80 ounce. I do think I've seen it in that. So I don't know if that one throws any better. I would think so. But I have not personally burned it into 80 ounce. But I love the 18 ounce. So there's iced sugar cookies. And then finally from HomeWorx, I burned through Sleigh Ride. Look at that label. Good old St. Nick coming to us on Christmas Eve. So Sleigh Ride has scent notes of blue spruce, snow-covered woods, pine sap, and winter air. This was poured in fall of 2022, and I actually found this out in the wild. I picked this up at TJ Maxx. Was happy to find this label. Yeah, this year that I picked this up, there was a ton of these at my TJ Maxx. We really didn't get that many. I kept seeing on the HomeWorx Facebook group, people were finding all kinds of candles, Christmas-wise, blah, blah. My HomeGoods had a good amount, but nowhere near like I was seeing other people were finding. And my TJ Maxx hardly had any at all. And there have been years in the past where they just literally have like a whole shelf dedicated to the HomeWorx candles, but you really had to dig for them this year. So this doesn't have a ton of scent either because it liquefied. But from what I remember, this, I'll show you how well it performed. Nice and clean. This is basically your cool tree scent. So you got a little bit of the sweetness from the pine sap, but it was more like a cool air, a tree out in the cold kind of vibe. Those aren't my favorite tree scents. I enjoy them, and I did enjoy this candle. But my favorite tree scents are the more warm scents that have like your juicy orange or a little bit of some sort of citrus in them, or like a cinnamon, a nutmeg, something like that is added to the tree. I really like those kind of scents. I just like your warm, cozy vibe when it comes to trees. But like I said, I did enjoy this, and not sure that it needs to be a repurchase, just because, you know, kind of cooling my jets on HomeWorx because they aren't doing so well these days for me. But if they get their act together, I will be right back on board, and I'm sure I'll pick up a new one here and there because that's just in my nature. I'm a glutton for punishment. But I did enjoy this, and I sure did enjoy that label while I was burning. It was absolutely stunning. So that's Sleigh Ride. Okay, guys, so last on the agenda here is Kringle candle. So I'll start with this one candle that actually was picked up from the paper store, and the brand is Alight, A-L-I-G-H-T. But these candles are actually poured by Kringle Candle, and it came to someone's attention. They posted it on the Kringle board, and I started comparing the scent notes to the Kringle candles and noticed that a lot of them were matching up. They may not have been called the same name. Usually they weren't, but a lot of them were the same scents that Kringle was offering. So I went in and purchased a few. I think I picked these up last year, and I think I picked up a couple more this year. I will say my first purchase did not go so well. It arrived with very not well wrapped candles, and there were quite a few broken ones. I think I ordered, I don't remember, it was a year ago, so I think I may have ordered 8 altogether, and half of them were broken. So not happy with how they arrived, for sure. But I reached out to customer service. Very pleasant customer service, very pleasant lady I dealt with. She took care of me. She got everything replaced. Luckily, everything was still in stock. Actually, one was not in stock, so one I could not get replaced. But she gave me a replacement candle, so I was fine with that. And everything arrived the second time around very well wrapped. So all in all, in the end, it was a good experience. So I can't complain. That's all I ask. If something goes wrong, that they fix it, and they did. So all that to say, this candle I burned. And there's actually another burn left in this candle, but I figured that I'll go ahead and talk about it in that way. You know, like I usually do. I'll go ahead and talk about it in that way. When I finish it up in the next day or two, I can go ahead and dispose of it. So this is Candy Cane Lane. And this is in one of those painted jars that Kringle has been doing. It's super pretty. So I'll show you the bottom of the label. You'll see that it says Alight right there. I don't know if it says poured. Poured in the USA. Yeah, there's no clue on here that it's a Kringle candle, but it is. It's 100% soy candle. It's 14 ounce. And it's peppermint, eucalyptus, orange, spearmint, wintergreen, vanilla, and musk. I looked this up, and this matches the scent notes to Peppermint Twist, which was a candle that Kringle was offering at the time, but no longer does. So there's that. As always, the 100% soy wax burns so clean, so evenly, so well. You will get a little bit of like those craters in your wax. That's just the nature of soy. I don't care about that. I care more that my candle doesn't soot so much. So yeah, this is a nice scent. It's a very cool peppermint. And I think it's made even cooler by that eucalyptus that's in there. I definitely do detect the eucalyptus, which is not a favorite scent note of mine. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, there's nothing fancy to it. It's like a cool peppermint scent. I don't think it smells quite as sweet as a candy cane. I kind of would like it if it was a little bit sweeter. But I enjoyed it. Do I need it again? No, but if you like cool peppermint scents, I think you would like this. Not sure this is still offered by the paper store. They do change up their candles, and the candles offered this year definitely had different labels. Well, still painted jars, but definitely different designs. And there may have been a few left over, so you'll have to check it out. I will say they don't always run the best of sales as far as online sales. So they do a buy one, get one free often, but that still makes these candles pretty pricey. I think they came to about $17. When I got these last year, I think I got them for about $11 or $12 each, if that. And that was because I had like a coupon, and then there was a buy one, get one, and then these were on sale already. So they came out a pretty good deal. But most of the time when I check the paper store, they're not priced amazingly well. So you may not find the best deal there, but if you're looking for another space to find Kringle candles, even though they don't say Kringle candles, you may be able to find some there. If anything, you may find a different design that you like. So I wouldn't purchase this one in particular again, but I think the jar is fun. So, and I may even keep this jar. I will say sometimes when you freeze the soy wax, it's kind of hard to get out. So usually with my Kringle jars, I have to melt them all the way down, dump the melted wax, and then clean them out, because there's something about the freezing of the soy wax. It just doesn't tend to pop out like the soy blend. But there's that. Also from Kringle Candle, I burned through Deck the Halls. How pretty is that? Painted jar. So this is not a wraparound label. This is all painted on there. Kringle does have a machine that does that. And there's the little K for their symbol on the front. It's little Santa hats with little ornaments hanging from a tree. I just love this. This is currently sold out. I'm not even sure if it made it to the beginning of the season. This was something that I purchased. It was either a year or two ago. So I'm not sure that it made it to the season. But this fragrance was available, and it still is. The last time I checked, you can get it in the Kringle jar. I'm not sure if the large jar is still available, because Kringle was running a really good after Christmas sale. So I don't know if the large jar is still available. But last time I checked, which was yesterday, the medium jar still was. Although their sale may be over. So Deck the Halls is cinnamon, clove, tonka, spice, tonka bean, almond, musk, vanilla sugar, and amber. There's a lot going on. This to me is a very similar scent in the realm of 'Tis the Season from Bath & Body Works. But I would say maybe this version is a little bit less. I don't want to say 'Tis the Season is harsh, because I personally love that scent. But I could see how it could be harsh to some, because some don't really like their spices. So I will say less intense maybe on the spices. But I do detect the spices. And 'Tis the Season has more of that apple note. So you get that rich apple in 'Tis the Season. Whereas this concentrates more on those spices. And you get that little bit of tonka and vanilla in there. So it's definitely different. But I do like it. And I do like to burn it in conjunction with 'Tis the Season sometimes. So, clean burn again. This is their 3-wick 14 ounce. Beautiful, clean wax. I can't say anything about the burn. It was magnificent, as it always is. The wicks were never a problem. Yeah, I had absolutely no problems with this. The jar is absolutely clean. Yeah, this is why Kringle is my favorite candle company. Yeah, I make no secret about it. But yeah, I love that. So is this a repurchase? Yes, and you'll see it in my hauls again, or you'll see it in my empties again, because I have the other label. The label on the Kringle jar, the 2-wick Kringle jar, is also stunning. It's like a beautiful red Christmas ornament, and maybe 2 ornaments on the label. It's stunning. So check it out if that sounds interesting to you. But yeah, that's Deck the Halls. I would definitely get it again, like I said. And I plan to keep this jar. Yeah, it's too pretty not to keep it. And then last from Kringle Candle, I have, and this is in their Reserve line, this is Peppermint Pop. And if you're familiar with the Reserve line is always in these tall black jars. This is 22 ounce, I believe. 22 ounce. The scent notes are not on the bottom of this jar, but I do think I wrote them down so I could share them, because I wanted to talk about this one a little bit. I do. Okay. Excuse the glare on my glasses for a little bit, because I got my laptop over here. So I have fresh mint, sweet spice, fennel, verdant, alpine violet, snow gum, whatever that is, cool peppermint, and sweet nectar. Yeah, as I mentioned many times before, Kringle likes to provide a lot of scent notes. And sometimes I wish they would they do provide, yeah, I guess I could say that. They do provide like a scent description that kind of clues you in on what the candle will smell like. So that I appreciate. Sometimes I just wish they would highlight the major scent notes so we could tell what we're mainly going to smell. The scent descriptions definitely help, Although there have been times where I've gotten a candle and smelled it and thought this doesn't smell like the scent description. But, you know, scent is subjective, so it is what it is. So, Peppermint Pop. First of all, is that label not gorgeous? It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. So, this was a release, like most of Kringle's release, where it was announced, it went live on a certain date. And like most of Kringle's Reserve releases, scents tend to sell out rather quickly. Some within minutes, some a little longer, but they tend not to last. They do tend to sell out. And so I thought this sounded good to me. I do like a good peppermint scent. You know I like a very creamy peppermint scent. There were some notes in here that led me to believe this would be sweet. So I read those and thought, that sounds good. I also noticed that it said fennel. And I am not a fan of fennel. It tends to come off to my nose as kind of close to star anise, kind of licoricey, kind of in that vein. And so I tend to avoid it. But there were so many other scent notes, including that snow gum. I still don't know what it is. So I thought this is probably going to be mostly a creamy peppermint scent. If anything, it's going to be peppermint. So I'm going to pick up 2 because I'm concerned that it's going to sell out. So I got it. And I really do pick up that fennel note. It happens. It happens. Especially if you don't like a note, your nose tends to pick it up even more. Not always. And I love when it's not always. But in this case, I definitely pick it up. And I don't like that fennel note. And maybe there's something else in here too that I'm not loving. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I actually burned it quite a bit. I'm not going to finish it, but I got pretty far. I know on camera it's kind of hard to tell how far down I got. I can smell this. It's a strong one. And the reserve line does tend to be stronger, but I am about right here. So I burned more than half of it. So I don't really feel like there's enough to kind of gift it out. So I don't know. Maybe I'll put it in my Goodwill bin, but I just don't think it's enough that the Goodwill should be selling it. I kind of would rather just give it away. So I don't know. I may just empty the jar and recycle it because I just don't think it's enough to save. But I have a second. So I don't know what I'm going to do with my second. It would definitely probably make a good gift for someone who likes scents like this. But I love the label. I love the aesthetic. I just don't love the scent. So for me, this would not be a repurchase. But yeah, it makes me sad because I really want to love it. When it comes to like peppermint scents from Kringle, I really like their, I don't remember the exact name of it. And it's been released under 2 labels. And the names may not have matched exactly both times. But they released it in a Kringle jar that I absolutely adored. And then they took it to the country line, which I have multiples of. But I sure would love to see it in that Kringle jar again. But it's like their peppermint and hot cocoa scent. That, my friends, I love. But this one, not a repurchase for me personally, just because I just don't enjoy that fennel note. So that is Peppermint Pop. I will say it had a good throw. I would say on this an 8. Peppermint tends to be stronger. I did kind of put it off to my open staircase area where I couldn't smell it as much because it kind of wafted over the stairs. So, like I said, I did still burn it quite a bit a ways down. But unfortunately, this one's just not a repurchase for me. And I forgot to mention the throw on these 2. This one, I would say, was about a 7. And on Candy Cane Lane, I would say that was also about a 7, maybe a 6.5. So those were both great candles. Alrighty, peeps. Now that we finished up the candles, let's go over my retail wax. So I've got my iPad here, so I apologize for any glare on my glasses. You're probably getting some glare anyway because my chandelier's on to help with the lighting here. I am going to go ahead and take my glasses off so it's not as bad. Alright, so we'll start with Goose Creek first. I don't have a ton of retail wax. It looks like I have about 5 clamps here. So Goose Creek, I warmed through Eggnog Icing. This is their older package. I really wish they would put scent notes on their packaging, but they do not. They just have like their logo and some instructions on there. But So the scent notes for Eggnog Icing are honey, cinnamon, butter, cream, caramel, soft spice, vanilla bean, and milk. I don't know that I knew that Goose Creek included that many scent notes. This is just a really nice, it doesn't say nutmeg, but it does say soft spice. But I get like a nutmeg. I definitely get that cinnamon. I definitely get soft spices, like warm soft spices with an eggnog. And I do pick up a little bit of that caramel, but it's very fitting in this scent. It's a really nice, cozy, warm, spicy, slightly spicy eggnog scent. And I really enjoyed it. It does have a little bit of sweetness from that icing note. And I would pick that up again if Goose Creek offered it. I do think they had this in the candle this season. And it may still be on their site. I know they had a lot of markdowns, but they're starting to put out their Valentine candles. So I don't know how many candles are still left as far as Christmas. And also from Goose Creek, I warmed through Marshmallow Snowcream. And I actually paired this up with the candle that I had going, which was beautiful this year, by the way. So the scent notes on Marshmallow Snowcream are double fluffy marshmallows, vanilla, snow cream, sugar, milk, and cream. Not really sure what the difference is between snow cream and cream. Yeah, I don't know. But what this is very, very creamy marshmallow. Oh my gosh, it's sugary. This is like your ooey gooey marshmallow that's melted, but it hasn't like roasted, if that makes sense. So there's no like toastiness to it. There's no like that bubbly burntness to it. So no toastiness. This is just your sweet. It's just started to melt. It's starting to drip onto your plate. It's so good. I absolutely love this scent. As would be typical with a marshmallow scent, it's not overly strong. I did use the whole clam in my kitchen. This is more suited to a small space, but like I did, was paired up with the candle. So if you did that, that would make sense because the candle is not overly strong either, but that's very typical with marshmallow scents. But I love this. I have multiples in my collection and I will continue to pick it up. That is Marshmallow Snowcream. From Better Homes and Gardens, I warmed through Apple Spiced Poundcake. And this is nutmeg, cinnamon, clove, apple, pound cake, and brown sugar. This was a really nice scent. I enjoyed it. I pick up that clove for sure, but it's not, the apple really tones down that clove note, so it's not overly clove heavy. But out of all the spices, I pick up the clove the most. But I do get that cinnamon, and it is kind of a warm, sweet cinnamon. Definitely a bakery cinnamon. I pick up mostly apple and the spices. I don't pick up a lot of that bakery note. A little bit, but not a lot. This was quite nice. It threw about a medium. The only issue I had with this one is it was terrible taking this out of my warmers. I don't know what was going on in this particular wax melt because I warm Better Homes and Gardens all the time. But something about this particular one, oh my gosh, it just wanted to cake onto my warmers. I use cotton balls, as you saw earlier in this video, to remove my wax. I always go around to each warmer, put my cotton balls in, and then I wait a minute, go back around, clean them all out. Every cotton ball was like burnt into my warmer. There was something about that wax that was just like burning into my warmer. It was pulling the cotton ball in. It was such a mess to clean. So for that reason, I would not pick this up again. But based upon smell only, I did enjoy the scent. So it's apple and spice pound cake. But yeah, that was a bear to clean out my warmers. I don't want to do that again. From ScentSationals, I warmed through Believe. And I like the little insert they have in here. So that tells you it's part of the fruit category. So this is blackberry currant, cherry, apple, citrus, tart mixed berry accord, bay, cinnamon, clove, and allspice. So basically fruity and spicy. I will say I get more fruit from this than anything else. The spice, if it's there, it's quite light. So I wouldn't be afraid of this if you don't really love spices, because I really get mostly fruit in this. This is just like a really warm, punchy cider. So there's a lot of fruits going on in there, but they're warm fruits. They're definitely a holiday type of fruit. It's definitely like a warm cider type of vibe. A little bit punchy, but more cider, so it's kind of a mixture. I really enjoyed it. This threw pretty well too. I would say out of 10, this threw about a 7 in my kitchen, so I was pretty happy with that because I don't always get great performance from all of these melts. So that's Believe. I would pick that up again. I thoroughly enjoyed it. From Yankee Candle, I warmed through Smoked Vanilla and Cashmere. And this has scent, there's a lot of scent notes. Yankee is another one that puts way too many scent notes. So raw sugar, black currant, charred marshmallow, smoked cinnamon, charcoal, vanilla ash, clove bud, cashmere, molten amber, creamy musk, red cedar, and guac wood. Like, come on. I really love how this smells on cold. It's very, to my nose, vanilla heavy. You get that body caress cashmere, and you get that smoky vanilla. And you do pick up those woodsy notes for sure. It comes across as kind of like a firewood, like a charred wood, but that may be the mixture of the charred marshmallow with the wood notes that are in here. On warm, this definitely was more smoky than vanilla. So on cold, I get more of that vanilla and that charred marshmallow. But on warm, I got more of the smokiness. So I don't think I would personally pick this particular one up again. But I am finishing up a candle in this scent. So yeah, I'll be talking about that soon enough. But I enjoyed it for what it was worth. If you like smoky scents, I think you'll like this. Alrighty guys, so that'll do it for my retail wax. Let's get started on my SCENTSY wax. So I got through a number of SCENTSY bars this week. It looks like I have about 12 bars. So yeah, I've been working on my warming. I did go through quite a bit for this 9-10 days that it was because I spent the week working from home. So I was able to get through more than I normally would have been able to if I had been at the office. So the first bar of SCENTSY I got through was Arctic Kiss. And this is a bar that's available in the current fall-winter catalog, which, by the way, I think next month will probably be the last month for that catalog. So next month, if it's the last, if I'm right, that'll be a 10% off month. And then March, we should be starting on a new catalog. So there should be spoilers coming up beginning of February for what we expect to see in the spring-summer catalog. So exciting times. So the scent notes in Arctic Kiss are Cool Arctic Mint, Fresh Air, and Vanilla Clouds. Yeah, I know that's what it says, but I get a really pretty melon scent. And I know I've heard other people say that too. And then some people say they don't get any melon. I'm definitely team melon. I smell melon. And then I get a little bit of that fresh air and mintiness, but it's not like a minty scent by any means. It's definitely, to me, the mint and the fresh air. I get more of the fresh air than I do the mint. The mint is definitely way in the background. Then I get that fresh air, but mostly I get this pretty melon vibe. And I do pick up a bit of vanilla. This is a pretty good performer. It does well. It has longevity. It goes on for a couple of days. It's a scent I really like. I don't know if I'll club it because, like I said, it kind of comes across to me as a melon scent. And I have other melon scents in my club that I tend to like to do in the summer, in the spring. So I really like it, but my club is out of control. So I probably will not club it when the season's over. But I may pick up a couple more bars and have in my collection. So that's Arctic Kiss. Like I said, it's a very good performer. Next up is Best in Snow. And this is Frosted Evergreen, Cool Mint, and Icy Air. Yeah, what I get mostly from this is that mint and that icy air. This is a very cool scent. I don't get a ton of like a warm evergreen. It's definitely a cold tree. But I get more mint and air than I do tree. So there's not really like a fresh tree that I'm getting either. It's a very, to my nose, this was a sharp scent. Very icy, minty, very icy air. And then you got that tree, but the tree was definitely, it says it's frosted evergreen. It is definitely a cold tree, but I get those air and mint notes first. This was not personally a favorite. I thought that this was just kind of a bit astringent to my nose, but it was a good performer. It was very strong. You didn't need a lot of it to perform, and it had longevity as well. It went on. I did only keep it in my warmers a day. It was still smelling strong that night, but I took it out because I just didn't overly love it. So that's Best in Snow. This is no longer available, but I have seen this in flash sales, so it could pop up anytime. Creme de Menthe. This is scent notes of garden mint, which is usually not my vibe, guys. Sweet peppermint and spun sugar. I love this bar. So I had 2 mint scents in my club. I had Mint to Be Merry and I have this bar. So I was thinking I could let one go, but I can't. They're different. This to me smells just like a chocolate Andes. The little peppermint candies that you can get are mint candies. I don't know for sure they're peppermint. I don't think they're peppermint, but they're like a mint candy that you usually see at Christmas time. But honestly, I think they're available all year long now. I know it doesn't say chocolate, but and maybe it's the sweetness of the peppermint that's making my nose think chocolate. I really do get a sweet peppermint. Maybe those Andes are peppermint. I'm going to have to look that up. I don't really pick up like a garden mint per se. So not like a fresh mint. I get more of a candied mint. And I'm not mad about it. I love this bar. So I'm going to keep it in my club. This came from the Mardi Gras collection. So this is no longer available. Although, if you have a SCENTSY club, I do believe, if it still is available, it was the last time I checked. The Mardi Gras collection was the whole set, the box set, I think comes with 5 bars. It has like King Cake and Street Parade and I forget what else. A couple other scents. It was being offered in the SCENTSY Club subscriber exclusive section. So if that's something you're interested in, you could pick it up there if you have a SCENTSY Club. This is also a pretty decent performer. Not as strong as that Best in Snow, but it does a good happy medium. I really enjoyed it in my room. I would say it lasted all day. I don't remember if I was able to turn the warmers back on the next day with the same scent. I can't remember. So that may have been a one-dayer, but it was worth it to me. Next up is Eggnog, which was a returning scent, but this year was part of the Scents of the Season wax collection for the holidays. So this is warm, spicy tones of nutmeg, rum, and cream. And that really is what you get. It does really smell like a warm, nutmeggy eggnog. I don't get a ton of that rum, so I wouldn't be too scared of that. The rum note is very light here. This is a very cozy, warm beverage kind of scent. I really love this kind of scent around the holidays. Unfortunately, it was quite light. I've heard others say that, and I had the same experience. I did warm it in my bedroom. My bedroom is large and has vaulted ceilings. I'm trying to think, did I do the whole bar? I did 6 cubes in my bedroom, and then I did 2 cubes in my bathroom. And honestly, it performed about the same in both areas, even though one was way smaller than the other. So, not a great performer, but I'm going to keep this in my club and see how this bar ages. If it doesn't do well as it ages, I'll pull it out because it's just not worth, especially when your club is getting like a little outrageous. It's not worth keeping bars that don't perform very well. But I really like the scent. I really like the scent. So I'm hoping with time, it'll perform better. So I'm going to give it a chance and we'll see. But if not, yep, it'll get the boot. But that is Eggnog. Next up is Homestead Holiday. And this was from the Scents of the Seasons collection last year. Well, I guess we're in 2025, so 2023. Blood Orange, Cinnamon, and Fir Needle. Oh, this is such a quintessential holiday scent. I love scents like this. I will say The orange in this, it's definitely a blood orange. It's a little bit more, I want to say it's bitter, but it's not bitter in a bad way. It's just not your sweet, juicy orange, which I love. I love sweet, juicy orange in holiday scents, but I also kind of like a subdued, warm, spicy orange as well. And that's what I get in this. I get a little bit of that tree, but the star here is that spice. So, oh yeah, that cinnamon's really nice. I really enjoy scents like that. So that's a good one. Good performer. Love it. It's in my club and there to stay. Marshmallow Mint Cocoa. So this is hot chocolate, marshmallow, and peppermint. Oh, this is so good. I picked up this bar. I picked up 4 of them in a flash sale, and I could kick myself for not picking up more. It's so good. It's just a very simple hot cocoa scent with peppermint. So a peppermint hot cocoa with marshmallow. That's exactly what it is. I love scents like that. It's a great performer. I can do this in my open space without a problem. I can do this in my bedroom without a problem. Oh my gosh. If this ever comes up for Bring Back My Bar, I know right now we have Marshmallow Mint in Bring Back My Bar. So I definitely voted my butt off for it. I'm hoping it comes back. It looked pretty convincing that it will be, but you know, you never know. But man, I like that cocoa note in there. So Marshmallow Mint Cocoa. I love a like powdery hot cocoa scent. I just love that. So if you like hot cocoa and cream, or better yet, if you like peppermint hot chocolate from Bath & Body Works, or hot cocoa and peppermint from Goose Creek, that will be your kind of scent. Or even from Kringle. And I do like them all. Okay, I just mentioned this scent earlier in the video. This is Meant to Be Merry. And this was part of the scents of the season, this season, 2024, this holiday season. And it actually had different packaging. And I do have a bar that has that packaging because I did pick up the set. But I really like this packaging. It's super cute. I don't know if you can see the little prints on there, but so cute. So Meant to Be Merry. This was actually a scent of the month last year too. So, and I guess I mean the year before. It's so difficult when you say last year. It still feels like the same year, but 2023. So crushed candy cane, sugar, and butter cookie. Oh my gosh, it's so good. If you like a peppermint cookie scent, peppermint sugar cookie like Bath & Body Works, this scent is for you. It's such a good butter minty. It's definitely buttermint. It's a very sweet mint, but you're also getting the sweetness from that cookie and then that creaminess from the cookie. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's a good performer. It's in my club to stay. Like I said, that Creme de Menthe and this, they're different in their own good way. And I need them both. So they're both staying. Okay, you guys, this one was hella strong. Pinkberry Sandalwood. And I don't believe, no, the first time I warmed this is actually a second bar I'm warming. The first time I warmed this was not as strong. So this is definitely a bar that does well with some age. It's curing well. So this is Pinkberry, Cherry, Tonka Bean, and Sandalwood. Yeah. She's strong, guys. You get, I guess, whatever that Pinkberry is. But I definitely get that cherry. I get the Tonka Bean. I get the Sandalwood. Mainly, I get that cherry and the Sandalwood. It's a very cozy, a scent that you could warm really any time of the year. And it's interesting because SCENTSY did start this in the last spring summer catalog and then carried it over into winter. So it's interesting. The first time I warmed it was during that catalog time. And I definitely thought it to be like a spring summer scent, but it came off as a winter scent as well. It's very pretty. I've been contemplating whether or not I want to put it in my club, but it performs so well that I think I will. I also have Pink Leather, and it kind of is in that scent genre. And I also will always club like Cozy Cardigan and Cashmere and Corduroy. And it kind of falls in line with those types of scents. It is similar to Pink Leather, I think closest to me. But I also have another Pinkberry scent in my club. I have Pinkberry Fluff, which is Pinkberry and Marshmallow, and I don't remember what else. That is definitely a lighter scent, but it's okay in small rooms. This one went on and on. It's really good. I think it's going to make my club. But I'm kind of hoping it just carries over to the spring-summer catalog, because if it does, I don't have to club it. So that's Pinkberry Sandalwood. Very pretty cherry sandalwood scent, but you do pick up that tonka bean, which has kind of a vanilla-ness to it, and you do pick up that pinkberry note, or what I believe is that pinkberry note. It kind of smells pink, if you can smell pink. It kind of does. Next, I warmed through Pretty in Plaid. So I picked this up, I believe, in a flash sale. But this was up for the current Bring Back My Bar voting that's going to be coming in July. That just ended. I don't think this made it. I don't think I ever saw it in the top 25. Although it could come back as a scent that Dan Orchard chooses. Because the last few times they've done Bring Back My Voting, they've chosen the top 20 voted in bars. And then Dan picks 5 of his own. So it could make it in. So if you love Pretty in Plaid, there's still a chance it could make it. So this is Juniper Berries, Minty Fresh Wintergreen, Pine, and Cranberries. Reading the scent notes, I'm like, this is my jam. I love scents that have juniper berries or juniper in it. I love mint. I love tree. I love pine. I love, which is tree. I love cranberry. So I'm thinking this is going to be amazing. And it was one of those bars that I love that have like a different color packaging than the wax is. The packaging's red. The wax was green. I love how this bar looked. Unfortunately, I don't love this scent. I don't know what it is about this scent, but it's so waxy to me. I've had a bar recently, I think it was Cranberry Candy Cane, that kind of had that same waxiness about it. And it just gives it this undertone that I don't care for. So I actually get those other notes. They're there, and I like them. But the waxiness kind of cancels out the prettiness of all the other notes. I don't know what is going on with that. I don't know why I smell it, but I'm so mad because I keep looking for one of these bars where the cover and the wax is a different color that I love, and I haven't found one yet that I really love. I think the closest I've come is Autumn Sunset. That one's not bad. It has like an orange packaging with a dark burgundy wax. That one's not bad, but I don't think it's meant to be. So that's Pretty in Plaid. If it does come back in the Bring Back My Bar that comes in July, I will order a bar and see what a fresh bar smells like. Because who knows how long this was sitting when it was offered for sale. But yeah, don't love that waxiness. And it was strong, like a strong bar. So I will say it performed. I could smell that. I did it in my bedroom. I did only 4 cubes in my bedroom. So when 4 cubes performs in my bedroom, I know it's a good performer. Very good performer. I could smell it outside my bedroom. It wafted down the hall. Yeah, it was strong. I just did not love the scent. Just did not. And I totally expected to love the scent. So that was kind of disappointing. Also warmed through a bar of red Currant Wreath. I think this was in the last fall-winter catalog. It did not get carried over to this fall-winter season. So this is no longer available. This is red currant, winter berries, evergreen, and sandalwood branches. Was nice. I do pick up that red currant for sure. So if you're someone who doesn't love currant, it's in the name. You're not going to like this. I do pick up that berry note. I pick up the evergreen and a little bit of that sandalwood. It was a nice, kind of cozy scent. Definitely perfect for this time of the year while it's nice and cold outside. But it's not one that I would need again. This was also a pretty strong performer. So it had been sitting for a little bit, so I could have something to do with it, but just not my favorite. So that is red Currant Wreath. Oh, this is a favorite. Rum Pum Plum. This first came to us, it was in the holiday collection last year, I think. So this has sweet plum jam, vanilla sugar, and flaky buttery crust. It's so good. This is like a sweet, plum, almost wildberry jam smelling donut. If you like wildberry jam donut from Bath and Body Works, you will like this. But this is definitely more plum than wildberry jam, but it's close enough that I think if you like that scent, you'll like this. Very strong performer. I did this in my kitchen. I absolutely love this scent. It will go back into my club at the end of the season. Rum Pum Plum. Love that bakery. I love plum. So plum and bakery, love. And the last SCENTSY bar I warmed through was Welcome Home. This is part of the catalog that's current right now. And it tends to be a returning scent, and it tends to be available in both spring, summer, and the fall, winter catalog. This is warm and welcoming with cinnamon and spice. This is a very lovely, very welcoming scent. Excuse the pun, but it really is. This is the perfect kind of scent to have going during the holidays or during the winter when you're going to have company over and you want something wafting through the air that's kind of light and airy, but warm. Yeah, this is perfect for that. This is just a very soothing, warm, cozy, not the strongest. So it's going to be good for company because it's not going to be in your face. It's not going to be in your face. But you can detect it in the air. I did this in my bedroom and I could definitely smell it, but it's definitely a lighter scent. But that's kind of why it would be perfect for company. So that's Welcome Home. It is really a nice, cozy, wintry scent. I like it. Alrighty, guys. So that'll do it for my SCENTSY wax this week. Let's get started on the vendor wax. Alright, so I got a few. I told you I worked from home this week, so I got through a lot. There are a number of just one-offs here, like samples and things like that. So it's not too overly bad. But I will start with the ones that I basically only have one of, unless I've missed something. From That Smell Good shop, I warmed through Orange Cranberry Spice. And this is orange zest and spiced cranberry and bakery notes. Yeah, I put all 6 of these cubes. This was a 6-pack in here. I put all 6 into a candle jar and I put that into my crock. And this was very light. I put it in a small bedroom and I could smell it, but it was very light. I've mentioned a million times, I don't have the greatest performance from That Smell Good shop in my particular home. No shade to the vendor. A lot of people rave about this vendor. It just doesn't do fantastic in my house. So I will not repurchase that. From Dessa's Homespun Scents, I warmed through Banana Harvest Bread. And this is, we have paired our fresh baked banana nut bread with bushels of juicy ripe apples picked straight from the orchard. I got this in September, so this was her new wax formula. This was in a tile shape. This is a nice scent, and it performed okay. It was a good medium, but it was definitely more apple heavy. Definitely like an apple orchard scent than it was banana nut bread. I didn't detect a ton of banana nut bread. I wanted more of the banana nut bread, especially since it's called banana harvest bread. And I was getting more of the harvest bread than I was getting the banana. So I would not personally pick that one up again, but it was okay. From Noel's Farm Scents, I warmed through, this was a sample that Travis included in a package. This was Spice Market Treats. And I'm actually really glad that he included this because I was curious about this. There's a scent note in this one that I was kind of scared of. So this is gingerbread, honey, vanilla, cinnamon, orange, and anise. Anise was the note I was kind of worried about because I don't tend to like anise. It comes across to my nose often as licorice, kind of black licorice-y. I can deal with it if it kind of is more leaning towards spicy than licorice. Sometimes it comes across heavy licorice. Sometimes it comes across spicy. Even when it comes across spicy, though, sometimes I can be sensitive to it. So I'm really picky about what it's mixed with. This is actually quite a nice scent. But I do detect the anise scent. And that could very well be because my nose is just sensitive to that. And I don't love that anise note. So I Would not particularly pick this up again, but I think a lot of people would enjoy this. If you're not sensitive to anise, I think you would like it. It definitely kind of gives you those Spice Market vibes. So I think the majority of people would love this, but just me being sensitive to anise, I won't pick it up. But I did place a very small RTS order with Knowles. So I think I picked up mostly, I went in because I wanted another one of his gingerbread. I picked up one brittle of gingerbread, which was his house blend, in the pre-order, and I loved it. At least on cold, I love it. So I wanted to get another one. So I threw in a couple more bars to make shipping worth it. And I think all the other brittles I picked up were new to me since, so they'll be on their way soon. From Harper James, I warmed apple chai tea. This was her brownie bag. This is black tea, apple, and cinnamon spices. Don't always love chai tea, but I do love black tea. This actually smells quite nice in the bag. The chai is not overly heavy. But unfortunately, this was light in my space. I didn't get a whole lot from it. So I would not pick this scent up again. But I did warm it in my open space. So maybe in a smaller, cozier space, it would have done better. But in my open space, and I usually don't have problems with Harper James in my open space. So that particular scent I won't get again. But I will get her salty apple. That's a banger. From Super Tarts, I warmed. I just did this in my bedroom last night. This is Blueberry Streusel. This was in her donut shape. Also placed the order with Super Tarts. You guys know I'm trying to be good. But she offered scents from her Advent. And I didn't pick up her Advent. And I was curious about some of them. So I did place an order. And I was kind of displeased with myself after I did. So I'm going to try to get back on track. I did skip some orders this week, but I did not skip Super Tarts. I did not obviously skip the RTS for Knowles Farm Scents. And Second and Spruce did reach out on her Facebook group. She offered kind of an RTS, but in a different way. If you're familiar with her Facebook group, then you already know. But basically, she said to email her a scent list of some scents you were interested in picking up that you liked. And if she had them, she would invoice you and then take it from there. And I kind of was upset with myself because I didn't see her notification until a half hour later because Facebook notifications suck. And so whenever someone posts something that it's like, okay, it's happening now, forget it. I'm going to be late to that party because my notifications work like crap. But anyway, I saw a half hour late. I don't know why I didn't think of making a list earlier when she mentioned that she may be thinking of a way to kind of do this. I should have just already been writing down my list of what I wanted to get more of after smelling on my order. But I didn't because I'm a dummy. But I did manage to pick up some scents from her. And so that'll be on its way too. Second and Spruce, though, is one of my favorite vendors. So I will probably never say no to her. I'll probably never say no to Britta's Creepy Treasures because I just love their wax. And their wax performs outstanding in my home. And it lasts a long time. So those are two vendors I don't know if I'll ever be able to say no to because I just love their wax so much. But I need to be saying no to everybody else right now. Anyway, Blueberry Streusel is fresh blueberries, vanilla cream cake, and sweet streusel. I really like this scent on cold. It's just so divine. That blueberry note is so strong. It literally, and yeah, it does lean a little artificial because blueberry oil tends to lean artificial, a little bit candy-ish, but I definitely get all those bakery vibes to this. I loved it on warm as well. It was a great performer. I did the donut, like I said, in my bedroom. I would definitely pick it up again. I do think that I have another one in my stash. So, yeah, delicious. From the Bathing Garden, I warmed through Behind the Mask. This was like two really cute, they kind of were like Mardi Gras shapes. They were really cute. So this is, if I can read it. Orange champagne, mandarin, cranberry, and candied apples. I did this earlier in my bedroom today. Actually, it was my extra bedroom. This was nice. I'm not overly big on like fizzy champagne scents. They're just not my favorite. I don't mind them, but it's just not my favorite. I do like the orange notes in there, so I enjoyed it. Every time I walked in the room, I could smell it. It went on the entire day. I actually just changed it. Just a little bit ago, just because I wanted to change, but the scent was still going. And for Vendor Wax to last, I put it in first thing this morning, and it's going on 8 o'clock tonight. For it to last that long, that's like really good. So if that's something that sounds like it's up your avenue, that's a great performer. So Behind the Mask from the Bathing Garden. From Fantasy Wax Melts, I warmed through Better in Yellow. This was like in one of her snap bars. I did this in my bedroom. This is yellow cake, banana nut bread, and zucchini bread. This was nice. A decent performer. I would say it did a medium in my bedroom. It was good. Just not my absolute favorite banana scent, but it was nice. Her zucchini bread was quite nice. So don't know that it would be a repurchase just because there are other banana scents that I like better, but this was good. From Birdie's Making Sense, I warmed through Be Unique. And this was like a snowflake shape, a big snowflake shape. This is buttercream, blue spruce, and sugar cookie royale. I really enjoyed this. I did this in my bedroom. I really liked it. And it was a long-lasting scent. Oh, yeah. That tree is really beautiful on here. Very sweet. Christmas tree for sure. Like indoor Christmas tree vibe. I get that buttercream and that sugar cookie. I love scents like that. That's like tree with vanilla or tree with bakery. I just love scents like that. It was a great performer. And like I said, it went on and on. That is something I would definitely pick up again. So that's Be Unique. From the Pharmacist's Daughter, I warmed through Sweet Mountain Java. This is a favorite. I've had this before, and I love this scent. So this is pumpkin pecan waffles, cinnamon sugar donuts, vanilla butter fudge, sugar cookie royale, and coffee house. I don't have to tell you guys, the Pharmacist's Daughter has the best coffee blends in the business. Their coffee blends are like no other. They blend them so well. And they always come across as coffee, but not super duper coffee, if that makes sense. So if you like a more creamy coffee or a coffee with bakery, or you like your blends where you can smell what else is going on in that blend besides the coffee, because coffee is a strong one. And sometimes you pick up a blend and that's all you smell. Not with the Pharmacist's Daughter. You get it all. You get that cinnamon sugar donuts is so good. You get a little bit of the pumpkin pecan waffles. The pumpkin pecan waffles comes out more on warm than it does on cold. But everything just melts so well together in this. It is probably my favorite coffee blend from the Pharmacist's Daughter. And they have a lot of good ones. Super great performer. Super strong. But that coffee note is just chef's kiss. It's so good with the bakery in this. Highly recommend. From Southbound, I warmed through a sample of Winter Palace. And this is pink sugar, plums, dark cherry, sweet oranges with peppery, woody undertones. Wasn't sure I was going to think about this, but I really enjoyed this. This was quite a nice wintry scent. I really loved what the pink sugar brought to this. And the plum note in there is just gorgeous. I just really love this. I got the orange, I got the plum, I got the pink sugar, and I got this peppery, woodsy vibe. I didn't really pick up cherries in this, but that was okay. I still loved it. Yeah, I don't really pick up a cherry note, but I really enjoyed it. I would definitely pick that up. And I do think she offers this from time to time because I feel like I've seen it before. I may have even have had it before. I don't know. Also from Southbound, I went through a clam of Nog Cream. And this is sweet caramelized brown sugar, clove, ying, I don't know how you say it, yang lang, with hints of cotton candy, vanilla, and musk. It is a lush Eggnog type. That must be what that Eggnog was in that supercharged blend I mentioned in my prior video. Now I know it's a lush type. I will be honest, I haven't found a lush type yet that I actually enjoy. I did not love this. It was a bit on the light side. There is a fruitiness to this. But yeah, it just wasn't a favorite for me. So I would not pick that up again. I guess when I thought of the name, I kind of thought of something different. But that's my fault. I mean, the scent notes are spelled out right here. I think I just thought it was going to be like a creamy eggnog scent. And that's not what this is. So would not myself purchase that again. But that's just personal scent preference. From Zape, I went through Ho Ho Ho. These were these super cute little pink and white candy shapes. So this is sweet peppermint candies and creamy marshmallow. You guys, this was so good. This scent made me want to go back in and order from Zape because she had marked down her holiday scents. And I actually had filled up a cart. And then I backed out of it because I was like, Terry, you don't need more wax. I tell you this, as I just told you, I purchased from Notes and Super Tarts. But I don't need more Zape. My bin of Zape is full. And I can't fit more in that bin. And I don't need more. But this scent makes me want to get more. It's so good. It's just plain and simple peppermint with creamy, luscious vanilla. It's so good. I love me a creamy, marshmallowy, vanilla-y peppermint. This is the epitome of that. This is exactly what I love in a vanilla peppermint scent. It gave me everything I wanted. It was a great performer. I did it in my open space. It was, excuse me, it was 4 pieces of candy-shaped wax melts. And did I do 2? I did 2 warms out of it. So this little bag, I did 2 warms out of it. So I took each candy and I cut them in half. And so I had it going 4 warmers. It was fantastic. If you have a chance to try Ho Ho Ho, I highly recommend it if those are your kind of scents. Also from Zape, I warmed through Christmas in a Cup. And this is eggnog, sugar cookies, espresso, and sweet cream. I actually thought I was going to like this more than what I did. And I liked it. I did like it. It was definitely a scent that I enjoyed. This just wasn't a favorite. It wasn't super duper strong, but it was one of those scents you could definitely pick up through the air every now and then. You're like, oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. One of those scents. And that was interesting because I feel like espresso scents tend to be super strong. It was not super strong, but I enjoyed it. I think that sugar cookie really toned it down. So I think that for the most part, most people would like this. But this, I think, was a leftover scent from the prior holiday. So that could have led to why it wasn't super strong. Or maybe it just was like that to begin with. But I liked it, like I said. Just not a favorite. And I do have some favorites from Zape. And last from Zape, speaking of, this was good. I warmed through Christmas tree cakes. This also, I think, was from last year. So this was a good thrower. I think it was left over. I just recently picked it up in October, but I think it was left over from last holiday. So this is fluffy white cake, buttercream filling, and a hint of Christmas spice. This was buttercream and cake on steroids. It was so buttercreamy, guys. So buttercreamy. It smells way better. I mean, obviously it's a play on the Little Debbie cakes, but it smells way better than Little Debbie cake. It smells so decadent. Oh, it's so delicious. This was a good performer, which is not often the case with like heavy vanilla scents, but oh my gosh, you guys, I need to smell it one more time before I throw it away. I would definitely pick this up again. I hope she offers this again because this was not part of her, scent list this year. So yeah, I hope Heather brings this back because that's a good one. If I could get that again, I would. From L3, I warmed through, what was this? It was some kind of shape. Oh, this was one of her bars, her word bars. This is Frosted Juniper, Tart Cranberry, Orange Marmalade. I'm not sure if I'm reading that. Frosted Juniper, Tart Cranberry, Orange Marmalade. Maybe that's all. I don't know. She doesn't use commas, so I don't know. Maybe the new owner will start using punctuation to help us out. But this was nice. I enjoyed this. Yeah, it's very cider-ish, very holiday cider-ish kind of scent. Very mulled spice kind of. with the addition of that juniper, which was a nice note. I liked it. Yeah, it was nice. I don't know that I need it again, but I definitely enjoyed it. And I like her word burst. And also from L3, I warmed through, this was a bag of bunts. There was 2 bunts in the package. This is Blizzard Breezes. I actually warmed through this recently because she was offering this in an RTS, and I wanted to see if I liked it because I was thinking about going in on the L3 RTS because it was an orange scent. It was an orange bakery scent. I really wanted it. I filled up my cart, and I was like, Terry, again, you don't need these. So I succeeded on some of these vendors, just not all. So I did not place an order. So I'm proud of myself. But man, I wanted to try that orange bakery scent. So this is Peppermint, Spearmint, Creme de Menthe, and Toasted Mallow. So all the mints and marshmallow. This was nice. I did enjoy this. I don't know that it's a mint scent that I need again, but I liked it. It was a decent performer. Creamy, like very creamy mint vibe. It did not come across toothpastey to me because sometimes spearmint can. It did not come across that way to my nose at all. It's a very nice creamy mint scent. So if that's something you're in the market for, you might like it. It's very pretty wax too. It's very dark purple. From Sassy Girl Aroma, I warmed through a brick of Santa. I Can't Explain. And this is Blue Spruce, Black Raspberry, Rose, and Vanilla Bean. I was very intrigued by those scent notes. I didn't know what to expect as I warmed this up. I broke it up and I put it into my candle crock in a small bedroom. This was really nice. Really nice. Yeah, I don't know that I totally smelled rose in here. This just came across to me as a very nice holiday vibe. It was obviously a tree vibe. I definitely picked up tree. And I picked up a fruitiness about it. And a bit of a spiciness, but very low on the spice end. I guess there's rose and raspberry in here. I mean, I definitely pick up fruity. But if I didn't know it was black raspberry, I could not tell you it was raspberry. It just smells very holiday-ish. I mean, I would guess it was cranberry or something, honestly. It was really nice. I would definitely pick up again in a bigger size. So, yeah, I thought that was a great holiday tree scent. Santa, I Can Explain. Also from Sassy Girl Aroma, I warmed through Chunky Monkey Cookies. And this was a 2-pack of her little cookies, which I love her cookies. They look like little ice cookies. So this is banana milkshake, kettle corn, sugar cookies, and vanilla waffle cone. This was outstanding. Oh my gosh, I love banana scents. There is something about Sassy Girl Aroma's banana. It is, yes, it leans a bit Laffy Taffy. It definitely leans a bit candyish. But it's so creamy candyish. Oh my gosh. It definitely gave me that banana milkshake vibes. Spoiler, banana milkshake is my favorite. Oh my gosh, it was such a good banana scent. And then you got that bakery note in there. It was fantastic. I did this in my open space. Yeah, it did great. I did both cookies. I cut them into 4 pieces each. I put them in 8 warmers. And Sassy Girl Aroma does well in my SCENTSY warmers, as well as my hot plates, as well as my tea lights. So, yeah, her wax just performs. And I've mentioned this in previous videos. When she decides to do her list, I am going to order. Even though I don't need any Sassy Girl Aroma wax. I really don't. It's just been so long that I've been able to get my hands on. So I know there's going to be some scents on there that I've probably warmed through and I want more of. If this made it to the list, I would totally pick this up. I loved it. Chunky Monkey Cookies. I love her banana blends. I really do. From Second and Spruce, I warmed through a sample, and this came with my very recent order. This is Carnival Cupcakes. And I feel like I probably have the scent notes to this because I think I bought it in a prior order. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so I kept thinking I've smelled this before. I actually thought I warmed through it, but I guess I didn't. This is Carnival Cupcakes, but the one I have in my stash is Carnival Wheat Cupcakes. So I don't know if they're the same, but I kind of think they are because I kept picking up a lemon note in this, which I thought was interesting for something called Carnival Cupcakes. So I thought my nose is going rogue on me again, but this is lemon. So I'm kind of thinking that's what it is. This is pink lemonade, lemon drop cookies, vanilla cupcakes, cotton candy, buttercream, and raspberry drizzle. So I have a feeling that's what this is. I can't say for sure. But I do know that I very heavily picked up that lemon note. I really enjoyed this. This is really nice. I got lemon bakery the most, but I definitely get like a sweetness. So I do think if this, even if this isn't the same, I get a cotton candy vibe. Yeah, there's a fruitiness. There's definitely a lemon bakery note, a lemon note, period. A bakery note, and I definitely get like a cotton candy vibe. So I enjoy this. This was just 2 tiny little pieces that she put in like a little scent cup, like a paper scent cup. I took them out and I stuck them in 2 warmers in my small bedroom, and this went on all day, all day. Erica's wax, it just performs. It smelled great. I loved it. So, Carnival Cupcakes. And next from Second and Spruce, I warmed through Tipsy Gingerbread. This was in one of her mini loaves. And this is gingerbread cookies, eggnog, and frosted sugar cookies. This was delicious. Absolutely delicious. Oh, yeah. The gingerbread is so perfect in here. It's a very light gingerbread. So if you don't love gingerbread scents, you may possibly still love this. It's a very warm, light gingerbread. Very kind of cake-ish. Not like a ginger snap. Don't think in that kind of way at all. It's not like that. It's a very light, airy gingerbread. And then you get that frosted cookie note. And then you get that creaminess and kind of like a nutmeg vibe from that eggnog. This was fantastic. It was a good performer. It's not one of her strongest, but it did well. And it's not super old. Well, poured in August, so it's been cured. Not one of her super strongest, but it did well in my open space. I did it in my open space, and then I finished up in my bedroom. So I did half the mini loaf in my open space, and I definitely could smell it. And I did the other half in my bedroom, and I just enjoyed the heck out of it. It's a really great one. Last from Second and Spruce, I warmed through, and this was a freebie. Actually, this one was a destash. I think I have 2 of these because Erica also included the same scent as a freebie on one of her pre-orders. This is Winter Citrus Wreath, but this one I picked up in a destash. This was poured back in December of 2023, the beginning of December. So Winter Citrus Wreath, as you know, is a Bath & Body Works type. So this is citrus, pine, clove, woods, and musk. This scent, you guys, it was so beautiful. Very heavy on that citrus note, which to my nose comes across as orange. You guys know how I feel about a juicy orange, and this is the juiciest of juiciest oranges. I actually have this scent going in my space right now. This was such a powerhouse. Such a powerhouse. Yeah, when I first did it, I did half the tub, because that's usually what I do in my open space. I usually take half a tub, which is basically a souffle, and I spread it throughout warmers in my open space. It was so strong. It was almost too strong. When I first started warming it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so good, so good, so good. I also had my Kringle candles going, Vintage Pomander and Away in the Manger, which are both holiday orange scents. So I had both of those going in the background. It was so strong in here. And I was just loving every minute of it. But then it got to a point after hours and hours and hours and hours of it going on that it was like, okay, I think it's getting to be a little too much. I need to turn off the warmers for a little bit. So I think that was at the end of the night, because I actually turned those warmers back on the next day and I enjoyed it again. So it was still going. So it was a great performer, hefty performer, very strong, long lasting. It was beautiful. I love an orange tree scent, and it was heavy on that orange, and I love that. So the second time I warmed it, I just did a quarter of the tub. And so now, tonight, I have that last quarter going. So it's fantastic. I'm so glad I have another tub. I hope Erica offers this again. It is a fantastic dupe of Bath & Body Works type, which I don't think Bath & Body Works has ever offered in like a candle. they should. They never do what they should. But I know I've picked this up in soap and always loved it. And yeah, I just hope Erica offers it again because it's fantastic. And it is a fantastic performer. It throws. I dare say this smells better than the Bath & Body Works type. I loved it. Fantastic. All right, so I have a few blends here from Scoopable Wax Melts, which is now Macaron Wax Melts. I have not purchased anything from her since she's became Macaron Wax Melts, so I don't have anything with the new logo on it. So this was a sample of Daisy. This was 2 nice little shapes I put in my small bedroom. Blueberry Sugar type, which is Bath & Body Works, and Sugar Cookie Dough. I like this scent, but this scent, this is not the first time I've warmed it. It's kind of on the light side. So I think if it was a little bit stronger, I would like it more. And I really wish I liked it more because I used to have a dog named Daisy. But I would not personally purchase the scent just because it's not the best performer for me. But the scent itself is nice. And I do like Blueberry Sugar. Also warmed through a sample of Blackberry Campfire Beach Nights. This was in 2 of her sweet little macarons. So this is Blackberry Beach Nights, which is also a Bath & Body Works type, and Campfire Marshmallow. I love this. Yeah, this is really good. That blackberry note in there is fantastic. Her Campfire Marshmallow is also fantastic. And Beach Nights, what's not to love about Beach Nights? It's so good. I also warmed through an ice cream scoop shape of Strawberry Cake Whisperer. And this is Strawberry Pound Cake, Buttercream, Yellow Cake, Birthday Cake, and Cupcakes at Tiffany's. So Strawberry Pound Cake, Buttercream, and then her 3 cakes blend. This is just a fantastic 3 cakes blend. I love me some Strawberry Pound Cake, and Kathy's Strawberry Pound Cake is very good. Yeah, very creamy. You definitely get that buttercream in here. You get that Strawberry Pound Cake, and you get that 3 cakes blend, which is the absolute most delicious cake blend I've ever smelled in my life. So that is one that I will continue to pick up because I just love that scent. And then I warmed through 2 of these. One was in a small rose scent, and then the other one was in a mini loaf. It's My Party. So that was the small rose, and this was the mini loaf. So It's My Party is pink sugar type, buttermint, and marshmallow smoothie. This is just really nice. Very pretty. Very creamy, butterminty. The pink sugar brought such a pretty sweetness to this. I really like that scent. So that is something I would definitely pick up again. It's not super, super strong, but it did well enough. So I would definitely pick this up again. I'm thinking, let's see. Yeah, it was nice and cured. This one's June. This one's back February of last year. So, but I would pick it up again because I really enjoyed it. From Lavender Speckles, I warmed through a sampler, raspberry jam and vanilla buttercream cake. And this is that, raspberry jam, vanilla buttercream cake. There's no scent notes, but obviously those are scent notes. I really like this. I've mentioned a million times I'm kind of raspberry jammed out, but I need to get through my raspberry jam sampler. So I've kind of taken some of these scents up to my bedroom and been warming them up there. This was quite strong. It was very cake heavy, and I think that's why I liked it so much. It was a little less on the raspberry jam and more so on the cake side, and I really appreciated that. I really, really enjoyed this. I really, really enjoyed that vanilla buttercream cake note. I would pick this up again. This performed very well, and it lasted. Like, I put this in my warmers. I tend to do it at night, so I may turn this on at like 5 o'clock. And it may stay on until 11, midnight, maybe even longer. I had this on for 3 nights like that, and it was still going. I only took it out because I was just wanting to try something else. But that was outstanding. The performance was outstanding. So if you have a chance to try that and you like these kind of scents, highly recommend. And then I warmed through Candy Cane Beach. So good, so good, so good. So this is Candy Cane Boardwalk Mellow Clouds, which is Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds from Bath & Body Works. And Beach Marshmallow, which is Beach Nights from Bath & Body Works. This is so pretty. So pretty. I would totally wear this. Ugh. The Beach Nights is definitely present in this, but it's almost like the star here is that candy cane and that Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds. With the Beach Nights coming in and just rounding it up in the background and saying, hello, I'm here too. Hello, Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds. Move over a little bit. Let me shine a little. And it does. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, this was so good. I would say I would love this if it was even a little bit stronger, but this is a relatively new pour. I got this in November. This is her olive oil formula, which I usually don't have to let cure very long. I'll be interested to see how my Parasol shapes do when I've cured them a little bit, because I also picked up a shapes bag, but it's a good one, guys. Yeah, it's a good one. Lavender Speckles she has shot up my list. I am just really loving Beth's blends. Really loving her blends. From Britta's Creepy Treasures, I warmed through I Think We Need a Bigger Boat. What a name. I like that name. So this was in one of her witch shapes. This is Beach Nights and Rose Jam, which I believe is also a Lush type. This was not one of my favorite scents from Britta's, and I have so many favorites from Britta's because she's one of my favorite vendors. But the Rose Jam was very heavy in this one. So this was like the Beach Nights was in the background, and the Rose Jam was very present in the front. It was a little too Rose Jammy for me. So if you are into that, good performer, and again, good longevity. I did this in a small bedroom, so I was able to keep it on all day. It went on all day. I finally took it out that night because I didn't want to do it in the bedroom again. But yeah, it was a strong performer. I just think that if I did this again, and I think I mentioned in my melting basket that the Rose Jam was strong on cold, and I was going to add some of her Beach Nights to it in one of her single snap bars that I had. And I totally forgot to do that. I really wish I had remembered, because I think I would have really loved it if the Beach Nights was heavier. So I may even pick this up again and add some Beach Nights to it. Hopefully I remember next time. Because I do think if the Beach Nights was heavier, I would have loved it. Because I do like rose. I do like it. I just don't love a ton of it. I like it to kind of blend in with bakery or like buttercream or, you know. I like rose water, things like that. I also warmed through a sample of Monster Under the Bed. And this is Flannel Sheets and Blue Sugar. I did not think I would like this. Not really. Well, Flannel Sheets is kind of more laundry. I was kind of thinking about Autumn Flannel, but they're totally different vibes. Blue Sugar is not always my thing. But this was enjoyable. It was definitely like a linen scent, a laundry-esque kind of scent, but not a heavy laundry. I really enjoyed it. I did it in a warmer in my small bedroom. And again, Britta's Wax, it goes and goes. It was enjoyable. And then I took 3 of her single bars and I mixed them together because I wanted to get through some of them. So I mixed together Boom Boom. I mixed together Strawberry. And then Cotton Candy Frosting. Yeah. That was amazing. This was so beautiful. Her strawberry oil is out of this world. It was strawberry foremost, but then that Boom Boom was very strong as well. And that Cotton Candy Frosting just came in and sweetened it all up. It was so pretty, so sweet, so heavenly. I would wear it. I had to go into my bedroom for 2 nights. Only took it out because I was ready to change. It was still going. It was good. I don't know if that's a scent that actually exists on her scent things. I tried to find it because I wanted to give credit where credit is due if it actually existed. I couldn't find it, so I don't know. It may or may not, but I just thought it sounded good and it was really good. All right, let's talk about Rose Girls. We're almost there, guys. So I warmed through Gingerbread Chai Marshmallow Latte. And this I picked up December of 2023, so I wanted to get through it. Gingerbread, vanilla spice chai latte, and miniature marshmallows. This was okay. Yeah, it was okay. I wouldn't say it's overly chai, so that was good. So don't let that spiced chai note scare you. I think that vanilla in there really helped. The gingerbread was nice. I do like Jenny's gingerbread. It sometimes can be a little spicy, but she tends to blend it with things that really round it out. And having the marshmallows in here was perfect. So I don't know if I would I personally need it again, but I enjoyed it. So there's that. Where the Treetops Glisten. Also picked this up in December 2023. This is Fraser Fir Balsam, Vanilla Sandalwood, and Royal Sugar Cookies. This was nice. This was a very nice tree scent. I feel like I pick up that sandalwood more on cold than I did on warm. I don't remember picking up a lot of sandalwood on warm. So if sandalwood's not your vibe, I think you would still be okay with this. I mainly get that tree and I get that cookie note. And I personally love tree and bakery. So that was a good one. I would definitely pick that up again. I enjoyed that and it performed well. I am finding her tree scents hold up well. I finished this off today in my open space. This is Fire Mario. And this is Marshmallow Fireside, Donut Holes, and Espresso Beans. The first time I warmed this, I got 2 warms out of the bag. First time I warmed this, I was like, it's good. It's good, but it's not like amazing or anything. But it's good. It's a good coffee blend. The second warm, I liked it even better. So I would definitely pick this up again. It was a good coffee bakery blend. Very good performer. Lasted a long time. It went all day long. So that's really good for Vendor Wax and Rose Girls in particular. Loved it. And this was the winner of my Rose Girls, although that Fire Mario was pretty darn good. This is chocolate chip cookies and carbs. And this was, I got this back in January of 2024. This was a banger. This was the most authentic chocolate chip cookie scent I've ever smelled in wax, ever. I assume it has to do with the addition of her carbs, which is like, I don't know. It's like donuts and bread and I forget what else. You can find it on her Facebook group because people love carbs. But it seems like that's like one of her blends that whatever she adds it to, it's like just magnified. This is so good. Like I'm not planning on ordering from Rose Girls in her next RTS or whatever she's doing. But if she offers this, I'm getting this because there's no way I can't have this in my life again. This was such a good scent. If you have a chance to try this, do pick it up. It's so good. So that is chocolate chip cookies and carbs. That was amazing. And obviously, it's a year old and it held up very well. All right, last vendor, Traverse City Wax. I warmed through a bakery bag of Palo Santo and Fireside Frosting. I actually had this scent before. So this was I think it was a repurchase or maybe I picked up 2 when I first purchased it. I don't know. This was poured back in May of 2024. This is Palo Santo, Marshmallow, Smoky Embers, and Buttercream Frosting. So the first time I warmed this, I really enjoyed it. Really got that marshmallow, I got that Palo, and I got those embers. This time, when I warmed it, and I still get all of that, but I realized on this warm, and I'm not sure, on this particular warm, and I'm not sure why I didn't realize it on the first warm. Her Palo is quite cologne-y, and I don't really love a cologne Palo. So this blend is not one I would pick up again, but I will say it performed well. I did half the bag in my open space, and then I finished up the other half in my open space. So it did perfectly well. I don't always have the greatest performance from this vendor, but it did just fine. So if that sounds like, you know, if you like a very masculine Palo, you'll love this. And I do think it's well loved by many. But I just don't personally love hefty cologne scents. And so I don't need more of it. But I do think a lot of people would enjoy it. And it performed well, like I said. This one was the winner. Traverse City Wax again. Peppermint Mocha. This was in her, I think it's called an extra large break bar. I don't know. Just go with it. It's a brittle. It was a brittle. That's not what she calls them, but... peppermint, cocoa powder, marshmallows, and coconut milk. This was fantastic. It performed great. I did half of the brittle in one warm and half of it in another. I did a mixture of tea lights. I did hot plates. Yeah, it was tea lights and hot plates. It's so good. I would definitely pick up again. I was very pleased with the performance of this. Nice and strong. Very delicious peppermint mocha chocolate scent. I adored it, and I would absolutely pick it up again. That's Peppermint Mocha. All right, guys, so I have pulled aside my favorites, so I won't have to go digging for them. And then my honorable mentions. So we'll go over my honorable mentions first. We have Second and Spruce Tipsy Gingerbread. Really, really love it. I don't know if it's my absolute favorite gingerbread scent, but I really like it. And would definitely get it again. And I did get it again because I asked her for more of it and she had some. Carnival Cupcakes, also from Second and Spruce. That was pretty darn good. For Sassy Girl, Santa I Can Explain. I just am so intrigued by this scent. The way it smells and the way the scent notes sounded, two different things, and I really liked it. And then Be Unique from Birdie's Making Sense. That buttercream tree cookie vibe, that was good. All right, my favorites. Ooh, I have a number here. All right, let's see. All from different vendors. Well, we have two. We have two for Zape. Okay, so we'll start with Zape. I have two from Zape. Christmas tree cakes. Delicious. Decadent. Need more. And ho, ho, ho. I mean, oh, I do have another one. I think I have a clam in my collection. It's not enough. The Pharmacist's Daughter Sweet Mountain Java. That's no surprise. This is a favorite, so it would definitely be in my favorite every single time I talked about the Pharmacist's Daughter. Sassy Girl Aroma Chunky Monkey Cookies. I need more of this in my life for spring and summer. So good. Rose Girls Chocolate Chip Cookies and Carbs. Oh my gosh. So good. So good. Traverse City Wax Peppermint Mocha. I love peppermint chocolate scents this time of year. That is my vibe. I love peppermint, hot cocoa, mocha, vanilla. I love this kind of scents. Candy Cane Beach. That's a new favorite for me, and I love it. So that has got to be in my top. And then Second and Spruce Winter Citrus Reef. Oh, I need to get one more of this. Which is funny because I'm like, it's in the air right now. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I, again, have my candles going. So I have a number of candles going. I have Winter from Bath & Body Works going across on my stair ledge. So they're over there. I have Away in a Manger from Kringle, which is a favorite of mine. It's a repurchase. I've had it multiple times and I love it. I have multiples in my collection. It's a very good orange pomegranate scent. If you watch Mr. Kong's mom here on YouTube, she's a big candle enthusiast, big home fragrance enthusiast, beauty as well. I love her videos. I just find her just to be so authentic and I just adore her. She did a collab with Kringle Candle. They worked together to come up with an orange pomander scent, which has very happy scent memories for her. With her, I believe it's her grandmother. She calls her a German name. I think it's Oma. I could be wrong about that, and I apologize if I am. But I will link her channel below so you can check her out if you don't know who she is already. But she has very happy scent memories with an orange pomander scent. And so she worked with Kringle to come up with an orange pomander scent. And Away in a Manger is actually one of the contenders that didn't make it to be her final candle. But she told Kringle that the scent was wonderful and they should offer it, and they did. And I'm glad he did because I love it. It's a great performer. It's going in my room right now, and I love it. And then I actually have her collab candle, Vintage Pomander, also going. So I love both of them. They're slightly different, but I love them both. And it's a beautiful candle, the candle she came up with. I love the packaging on it. It's so beautiful. And you'll see it at my candle empties, so I'll talk about them. So yeah, stay tuned for when I finish those. But Away in a Manger, definitely going to take me longer. Vintage Pomander, I'm about halfway through. Away in a Manger, I'm about a third of the way through. So it'll be a little bit. And I actually have going in the corner in a Hurricane. It's a HomeWorx candle. Holiday Ribbon Candy, I think it is. It's kind of too far away for me to read it. It's a beautiful candle. Wait till you see it. You see the label in my empties. Not really strong. It definitely isn't matching the throw I'm getting from Winter from Bath & Body Works, nor the throw I'm getting from the two Kringle candles. But it's a nice in the background kind of scent. It's kind of candy-ish and sweet and fruity. So it kind of goes with the rest of what I got going through here. But very sweet, fruity orange vibe with a little bit of other fruitiness going on with a little bit of tree. So yeah, it's very cozy in here tonight. I've got my SCENTSY warmers lit, even though I don't have any wax going in those. Do I have any wax? No, I don't. I was going to say, because Second and Spruce, I can put in my SCENTSY warmers all day long. Her wax is very soft. SCENTSY warmers throw it just fine. But I actually just have it going in hot plates. I don't have any. I don't usually put her wax in tea lights. It's just not necessary. The throw is fantastic. It's just like Britta's. I mean, Britta's, sometimes I'll put one piece in the tea light, but it doesn't need it. Yeah, I haven't gone in all the hot plates, but I got my little... I kept my shelves. I took off my Christmas stuff that was on my bookshelves. Anything that looked too Christmassy. I still feel like I have a few things over there that I probably should have been like, it's kind of Christmassy, and I left. I left my HomeWorx Cardinal candle holder over there. But it reminds me of my grandmother. She loved birds, and she's gone. So, of course, cardinals, you know, signify the, you know, those that we miss, our loved ones that we miss. And so it makes me think of her. So I decided to keep it out all winter, even though it's red. I try to put away pops of red, but I keep my snowmen out all winter. And most of my snowmen do have pops of red, so they stayed out anyway. I kept out some snowflakes. I kept out a white tree. I actually kept out one of my tree SCENTSY, actually two of my SCENTSY tree warmers. One's a new one. I did pick up that Golden Crest tree warmer, but that's not really Christmassy. It's just wintry. So I did put that out, but I did keep out my Trim to Tree warmer because it's white, and I kept out my Festive Fur warmer because it's also white. It is white and gold, but I kept it out because I have two of them, but I kept one out because I want them out. And then I did keep out my White Deer. So yeah, I kept out some things that could be perceived a little as Christmassy, but to me, they're also wintry, and so I kept them out. Actually, also, it's not burning at the moment, but it's on my shelf. I have Kringle's Snow-Capped Fraser. I think that's what it's called. In the mercury jar sitting on my shelf that I've been working on here and there. Very pretty tree scent. So, yeah, they still offer it. They don't have it in the mercury jar anymore. But the jar, the regular jar itself, the Kringle jar, is also very beautiful. And they also introduced it. I just picked it up recently in the $10 3-wick sale. The after Christmas sale where they had like $10.40 3 wicks. Hello. Fantastic deal. I picked it up in a couple. I picked up 2 of the 3 wicks in that scent, which I had not seen in the 3 wick before. So that was recently introduced. The jar is so pretty. So pretty. So yeah, I really need to do a Kringle haul because I have picked up quite a few winter candles from Kringle and I haven't filmed any of it. I need to just compile it all and film it. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I don't know. I don't know, guys. We'll see. But anyway, that was my empties for this week. And I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I hope you will give me a thumbs up. And I hope you will subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And yeah, come back here. I would love to have you here. Comment below what goodies you've been getting into this week. Let me know what your favorites have been. I always love to hear from you. Let me know what you're looking forward to and bring back my bar. I actually posted a video where I voted. And I asked for your comments there too. So feel free to post there as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great one. Bye-bye.